The most stressful moment of any independent cruise excursion is standing on a concrete pier, watching your ship sailing away because you were 10 minutes late. For Rome, that clock starts in the industrial port of Civitavecchia. It is a sprawling logistics hub, not a scenic gateway. Central Rome is 80 kilometers away. Even with a fast driver, you are looking at an hour and a half of transit each way. Look at how that 8-hour window functions on a timeline. The first 90 minutes disappear into the friction of disembarking and catching a train. You lose the final 90 minutes returning. That leaves you a 5-hour sprint to see the city. You can pay for a restrictive ship-sponsored excursion to stay safe, or you can go independent and try to squeeze every second out of that 5-hour window. Successfully navigating the independent route requires a tactical operational script, using specific phrases to clear the path ahead of you and avoid delays. Many passengers arrive having spent months practicing formal grammar on generic apps, only to realize that textbook Italian is too slow for a high-stakes port day. Formal phrasing invites long-winded answers and polite delays. In crowded transit hubs, locals will simply speak over someone who takes too long to get to the point. The people moving you through the day, taxi drivers, conductors, and waiters, actually speak Romanesco, the street-level dialect of Rome. Romanesco is built for speed and transactions. It is more direct than anything you will find in a standard language curriculum. Replacing broad fluency with a 10-phrase Romanesco script is the most efficient way to buy back time on the ground. Direct. Your day consists of 3 distinct phases. Phase 1, the extraction, getting from the dock to the Colosseum as fast as possible. We can score the phrases for this phase based on how much time they actually save you at the taxi rank. When you approach a driver, you need one specific question. Quante per andare a Roma Termini? How much to go to Roma Termini? This forces the driver to set a firm price before you even touch the door handle, preventing a negotiation battle later. If the driver refuses to give a direct number, walk away immediately. Finding a compliant driver in 5 minutes is faster than arguing over a meter for 20. For those taking the train, use C'è il treno a Roma to confirm your platform without waiting in a slow-moving information line. Execution here lands you at Roma Termini, the central hub where your 5-hour window officially begins. Speeding through the extraction keeps a minor commute from turning into a delay that costs you your afternoon. Phase 2 is the core. You are in the historic center, and you need to eat without getting stuck in a tourist trap. Avoid any restaurant waving laminated, multi-language menus at the door. Those establishments are designed for slow, high-margin tourist service. Search for handwritten boards and small entrances where the staff is too busy serving locals to stand on the sidewalk. Instead of the textbook Qual è il prezzo, which marks you as a beginner, use the local form Quanto viene? How much does it come to? This phrase signals that you understand the street-level economy of the city. You can reinforce this when ordering wine. A single glass sounds like a tourist order. A Roman orders a quarter-liter for the table. This quartino is the standard house wine carafe. Asking for un quarto di vino rosso della casa tells the server you know exactly how their kitchen operates. These subtle inputs yield faster service and better seating, moving you through lunch and back to the sites. The trade-off is that you must be comfortable with local formats rather than demanding a standard translated experience. Tactical phrasing in the core phase buys back time that would otherwise be wasted waiting for a check or deciphering a tourist menu. Phase 3, the exfil. This is the highest stakes moment, where afternoon traffic determines if you make the ship. Give your taxi driver a hard deadline. Devo essere al porto per lei, followed by your time. I need to be at the port by. This tells the driver that speed is your only priority, triggering the aggressive routing required to bypass afternoon congestion. You lose all flexibility here. No extra photo stops and no detours for souvenirs. If you hit a bottleneck at a ticket counter or a taxi dispatcher, use Dai andiamo. Come on, let's go. In Rome, this phrase cuts through polite friction. It forces immediate urgency from the person in front of you when every second counts toward the all aboard. Academic Italian fails when you are trying to negotiate a taxi price at a crowded terminal in under 30 seconds. When we compare the time invested to the actual success of your port day, the data shows a clear efficiency gap. Standard grammar takes months to learn, but has a low impact because it doesn't prepare you for the speed of a Roman commute. A 10-phrase script, however, offers maximum impact for minimal preparation time. The only remaining risk is pronunciation. If a driver cannot understand your attempt at Civitavecchia, your return strategy fails. Mispronouncing your destination in a rush leads to confusion, wasted minutes, and the very sail-away scenario we started with. Street Tongue bridges this gap by focusing specifically on the dialects and pronunciation needed for these high-stakes transit hubs. Their free tier offers enough daily pronunciation checks to master this 10-phrase script before you even dock, turning a stressful sprint into a calculated success. We want to hear about your close calls. Share the one phrase that saved your trip, or the misunderstanding that almost cost you the ship, in the comments below.